Hi, this is Future Nathan, also known as the ghost of podcast editing. Anyway, just wanted to let you know that what you're about to hear is an episode we recorded while on board the beautiful Disney Fantasy. We were underway, and while it wasn't the best recording situation, we wanted to make sure we didn't skip a week, and we got to wish you guys a very Merry Christmas. So, you may hear some engine noise in the background. You may hear some of the bug beds shuddering as the props turn and we hit some waves and things like that. It's not the greatest, but you know what? I'm also on vacation right now, and I didn't want to pull my hair out trying to edit all that stuff out. So, we're just going to ship it. Anyhow, so please just accept my apologies, and let's get on with the show. And I wish you all a very Merry Christmas.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas. Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado.
Because this here's the wildest ride in the wilderness!
Hello everyone, I'm Alicia.
And I'm Nathan.
Welcome to episode 104 of Adventures and Mousecapades.
This week, we wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
You're asking me to sing when I am having issues talking, so it's not working out very well.
It's okay.
Well, we are recording this from that.
Well,
when
true.
this comes out, we will not be on the Disney Fantasy anymore.
That is true. When this comes out, we will be in a vacation home in Davenport, Florida, which is just southwest of Orlando and the Magic Kingdom and all the rest of that good stuff. Visiting with our best friends in the whole wide world and cavorting and generally having a good time.
Exactly.
But for now, just imagine us sitting on our bed and a bunk bed in our room trying to record a podcast episode so we can get this thing out the door.
On a nicely rocky ship.
Yes. So, if you hear somebody fall over, just kind of roll with it.
Or something. Yeah. This week we are talking about Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, which we did the week we went into Orlando.
Yeah, actually it was a week ago today.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. This was on Thursday, a week and a half before Christmas, whatever date that happened to be.
December 14th.
Sure, we'll go with that. Whatever the 21 minus 7, 14. Sure, Math. Yeah. We took my parents to Magic Kingdom, which is, that was so cool.
It was very fun.
It was amazing. Now, my dad is 82. My mom's up there as well. No, neither of them are really as mobile as they want to be at this point, especially my dad. But you know what? We still made the most of it and had a ton of fun. Yeah. So we're going to just kind of recap what we did and what we got up to and kind of some of our experiences.
Yeah. So we got there a little bit early. The party started at 8, I believe it was. We got there around 6:30 or so.
Somewhere in that neighborhood.
Yeah. And we took the ferry over from Disney's Transportation Center, TCC. What is it called?
Ticketing and Transportation Center. Yes.
Yes. Took a nice ferry ride over there, and they were just starting to empty people out of the park.
Yep.
So we moved over to the right. They will sometimes open that area behind, or to the right, I should say, of Main Street when they have holiday parties. And they pushed us through that area. It was snowing over there. It was snoping, I should say.
Yes.
And they had a DJ welcoming people. We were given a nice little ornament to commemorate the party. The toy soldiers were there, which was really cool to see the toy soldiers.
Yes.
And snow angels, is that what you would call them? Maybe?
Yeah, I mean, they were face characters, I guess. They were on stilts, and they were angels with all sorts of lights on them, and snow angels. They were all dressed in white and glittery and all sorts of good stuff.
One of the nice things about Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party is you can actually get a virtual queue for Tron specifically for that party.
Yes.
So 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, I don't know, whatever the queue time was, rolled around, and Caitlin and I were on our phones like, do we get it, do we get it, do we get it? And we did, we got it.
Yep.
We got a boarding group, but we weren't sure where exactly we were. They gave us a number, but we didn't know where Disney ended up for the day on their boarding group.
Right. You kind of have to look back at where the ride is. It's not super intuitive.
Yeah. So we got like boarding group number 133.
Right.
But I don't know how far they got for the day.
Well, as it turns out, it was basically immediately available to us.
Yes.
So
yeah. So on the way over on the ferry, they're like, your group is boarding now. I'm like, okay.
Now, I mean, the good thing is we do have an hour to get there. So it's not like an emergent situation where this isn't going to work out for us. Like, it did work out for us just fine. Yeah. We kind of took that back path over to the right of everything behind the I don't know what's over there. You've got the watch shop and the other
behind Main Street.
Merch. Yeah, as you're going towards the castle on the right, they kind of shuffle people with a party pass back on that side as they're encouraging people who don't have a ticket to the party out the main streets, the avenue there. And yeah, we went down towards Tomorrowland, and we got to go ride Tron. And this was our kids' first time to be on that ride.
Yep.
And Sterling wanted to go with Alicia in back. He wasn't quite sure about the whole experience, and so kind of wanted to be a little bit, I don't know, more conservative, we'll say.
Yeah.
And Caitlin and I decided to ride the motorcycle version, I guess motorcycle-ish version. You know, you're kind of straddling the ride vehicle. And
the light cycle?
Yeah, that's it, the light cycle. So we decided to go that route, and we decided to wait in an ever so slightly longer line to do the very first set of light cycles on the train. And holy cow. If you go back a couple dozen episodes, Alicia and I tried this when we were in Disney World, I think in the spring, if I remember correctly. And we both rode in back. I think I could fit on the light cycle at that point, but opted not to, so I could be with my best friend in the whole wide world. And we took the more accessible car that is at the end of every other train. And I decided to go with Caitlin on the light cycle version. And oh man,
you guys were in the very front.
We were in the very front, and I will say the last time we rode it, Alicia and I, we were, I'm not going to say disappointed, but not as wowed as we were hoping to be by this ride. It was fun, it was cool, but it's really short, and it wasn't really kind of the impact that I think the hype had made it out to be. And I will tell you what, riding on the light cycle version instead of the sitting upright normal version, especially being in the front where you don't have anything between you and seemingly the track in front of you, it is night and day different. I would do this ride many, 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 many times over and over again if I had an opportunity to do it up there. It didn't seem as short. It was way more exhilarating. I had such a great time.
Yeah.
Caitlin and I were just so enthralled with this ride. It was amazing.
One of the downsides was we didn't get to do the big reveal at the beginning through the queue. They just had us walking straight through.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things I really liked about that queue is there is a big reveal. There's the show, the pre-show basically.
Right.
And then a big reveal, and we didn't have any of that.
Yeah, where they kind of scan you into the Matrix or
whatever they call it, and then the translucent window kind of all of a sudden goes from opaque to transparent, and you can see the ride and the vehicles and all the rest of that stuff below you, and it does not seem to be, well, I don't know if they just didn't have it running for the evening or if they're not using that aspect of the ride anymore.
I don't know that they needed to stem the flow of people.
Yeah.
For that. So maybe that was it. I don't know. So we rode that. The kids liked it. And from that, we got one of the funniest pictures I have ever seen of Sterling. We had a good laugh over that. Just his face was hilarious in the pic.
The ride pictures were amazing.
Yes.
Yep.
And we weren't sure how long we were going to be gone, so we kind of told Nathan's folks to just, like, it may be an hour. We don't know. It was like 25 minutes, maybe 30?
Yeah, maybe half hour somewhere in the neighborhood. It wasn't too bad.
Yeah. And they had walked around a bit and then scoped out a spot on Main Street for the parade.
Mm-hmm. Caitlin and I went over to Main Street to meet up with my mom and dad. They had scoped out a spot kind of right near, I guess, what's the facade? The watchmaker shop that's over there on the right of Main Street as you're going down towards the castle. And
There's right by the theater too, yeah.
Yeah, and near the theater.
Yeah.
And they were just kind of sitting there enjoying the atmosphere, enjoying all the people. And Caitlin and I sat there and waited with them for a little bit. And this was just as they were clearing people out of Main Street. It was kind of amazing. There was like this wall of cast members that was slowly pushing everybody down towards the train station, and we were basically right behind them, and they're basically looking for wristbands. And so we took that opportunity. There were photography cast members that were out. And so we took the opportunity to get a picture of our whole family there on Main Street with the holiday lights and the castle and everything. And there's kind of nobody on the street. It was really magical. I have to admit, I had one of those emotional moments standing there on Main Street realizing, man, this is kind of a once-in-a-lifetime, last-chance opportunity to do this kind of thing with my whole family. And, it was that was a pretty special moment. Yeah. Not just looking back on it, but really realizing this was a special moment in the moment. I really, really appreciated that opportunity. It was kind of great timing.
Yeah. We got some good pictures, and then Mom and Dad went back to their spots to wait for the parade. And I wanted to see if I can get my picture with Jack Skellington.
Yeah.
Because he was at the party as Sandy Claus. So I walked over there to see what the wait was. His picture area is right next to where Mickey's magician picture area is, right at the entrance area. The hub. No, that's not the hub. What is that? The circle at the end of Main Street by the train station.
Yeah, the flag circle or whatever you want to call it.
So I walked over there. It was a 15-minute wait. I sent a text to everybody, who wants their picture with Santa Claus? And only Sterling came running. So he and I got our picture with Santa Claus, which was pretty fun.
Yeah. Caitlin mostly had her eye on the prize, and the prize was the one and only showing of the Frozen stage show in front of the castle that was happening not too long after that. And so she didn't want to be stuck in a photography line when she wanted to see the hunk that is Sven. I mean, Kristoff. She may have gone to see Kristoff, and I was really there to see Sven. I was the one who came away disappointed because Sven was not part of that show.
Oh.
No, I was heartbroken.
Well, while you were over there watching Frozen, Sterling and I saw Sandy Claus, and we saw Mickey in his wonderful holiday outfit, and we saw Mary Poppins too.
Oh, that's so cool.
So yeah, we got some good pictures there. Then we walked over towards the castle. The Frozen show is still going on. We watched the Frozen show for a bit, and then we walked into Tomorrowland to get a cookie and cider.
And then I think you went and did People Mover, is that right?
No, we got cookie and cider and then walked all the way back to talk with everybody at the on on the curb.
At our spot there
Yep.
on Main Street. Yep. Yeah, it was funny. My parents basically did what we have never done before in our Disney history, and they camped out for a parade.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not going to complain because we had an amazing spot for the parade.
Yep. And Sterling was itching to go.
Yeah.
He did not want to sit there. And I'm like, okay, fine. So we walked from Tomorrowland all the way back to Arcade on Main Street. And basically telling people, okay, we're going to go on Space Mountain. So we went back over to Tomorrowland. Man, we were just bouncing back and forth. Woo! Got on People Mover. Did People Mover, which was really cool because we found out from People Mover that Space Mountain had their holiday overlay on, which is basically you can see everything.
And there's like red and green
lights and like Mannheim steamroller type music.
That's cool.
I'm like, oh, this is nice. We're going on this. So we went on Space Mountain after that.
And meanwhile, Caitlin and I sat down on the curb on Main Street, and we enjoyed not just the full holiday parade that goes along with the Mickey's Christmas party, but there's a pre-show that only happens on Main Street too.
That's
that
cool.
we got to see, and it's these dancers, and they had these kind of like inflatable, big inflatable like beach balls that they were doing dance moves and things like that with, and then they would go over to the side and hand off like the ball to one of the, like a little kid over on the side, and they'd play back and forth with them, and they just did such a great job of bringing the crowd along for the ride. It was really, really fun.
Awesome.
Yeah. So after the pre-show was over, then came the parade, and this was 22 minutes of the most nostalgic, Disney-centric, over-the-top, amazing family entertainment that I have seen in a long time. I had just the most magical experience watching every single unit that was in this parade, from the Fab Five really kind of kicking it off, all the way through to Clarabelle, to the Toy Soldier marching band, to Santa at the end with the dancing reindeer. It was just so much fun. And I will say the fact that I got to sit down, the fact that there was nobody in front of me, played no small part in my enjoyment of this experience. But like I get now why people will camp out and watch the parade.
Yeah.
Because that really was magical, and the fact that my mom and dad were there with us, like they really enjoyed it too. I know it was something special for both of them, and I'm so thankful. It was so much fun. I haven't had that much fun with a Disney parade since, frankly, I was in a Disney parade when I did Magic Music Days as a freshman in high school way back in 92. Yeah. It was really cool. Disney magic 100%.
Now, after the parade, you brought Mom and Dad back to the hotel, right?
Yeah, after the parade, Dad was kind of done for the evening in terms of his mobility, and he's got some pain stuff. He's got some back issues going on. So I went with them. We grabbed the monorail back to the Ticket and Transportation Center, and then we got back to the hotel via our rental car. And I dropped them off, got them back up to the room. We're staying at the Riviera, and then drove back to the Ticketing and Transportation Center, and walked onto the ferry. That was just arriving as I was walking up after going through security, and had to wait for a whole boatload of people to get off of the ferry boat. Yeah, exactly. And then I quite literally got my own personal Disney World ferry boat back over to the Magic Kingdom. I got a personal greeting as I was walking down the gangway from the captain, and he gave me a hearty hello, and I gave him a nice wave and was super excited. I got my very own customized safety briefing instead of, I think he started out, ladies and gentlemen, actually, excuse me, sir, what you need to pay attention to on this cruise. It was so fun. Like, I really had a good time with the cast members that were there on the on the ferry boat. Like we really all hammed it up. It was fun.
Well, while you were transporting, Caitlin met up with us, and we did Space Mountain again with her. So me, Sterling, and Caitlin were on that.
Awesome.
Did our own little thumbs up picture for Space Mountain, and rode that again. And she said it was terrifying because you can see everything.
Oh yeah. So the lights were partially on, and then there's like green and red flashing stuff too.
You pretty much see everything.
Oh yeah, I feel like I'm gonna get decapitated when I ride that ride with the lights on.
Yeah.
So
we did that. We got cookies over where they had another dance party, and it was a chocolate chip and hot chocolate. And there was a little dance party going on there with Vampirina and Fancy Nancy, and Sterling went over and showed a couple people how it was done. Did the coffee grinder and and impressed everybody. And then I remembered they were having a little DVC member thing at
that's right
at the Christmas party over in Gaston's Tavern. So we went over to Gaston's Tavern. You have to, sign in, show them that you're a DVC member. We were like one of the last people in the line, and we got to meet Gaston. Cool. And he is super charming, extremely egotistical, and it was fun to just chat with him for a while. And because there was nobody behind us, we had a little bit of an extended chat with him, and he was telling us that or he asked us if we read books, and we're like, oh yeah, well, Caitlin and I do. And he's like, why would you even do that? Basically, he's like, oh, maybe if I name my pecs after some books, it'll impress Belle.
Oh yeah.
So he asked, he's like, what do you think I should name my pecs? You want to hear what I came up with?
Yeah, let's go.
It's like, why don't you name them Crime and Punishment?
That's perfect.
I will say one of the cast members there gave a bark of laughter and then ran out of the room. So that was fun. He liked that idea.
Of course.
Yes. And also because there was nobody there when we were done, I asked him if he would go sit in his chair. His big, huge antler chair, if I could take some pictures. He's like, of course. So I got some nice pictures of him lounging in his chair. Great pictures of him lounging in his chair. And they also had treats over there. They had some nice kind of bread pudding deliciousness. And LeFou's Brew, which is apple cider with some sort of passion fruit foam on the top. While we were getting that, there was an accordion player over there.
As you do.
As you do. It's just amazing to watch somebody play the accordion, honestly.
Yeah.
And because we were the only ones there, he came over and started playing Jingle Bells for us, and we all sang with him while he was playing Jingle Bells.
That's so cool.
It was a lot of fun.
That's awesome. So you basically got your own little kind of Christmas party.
Yeah.
Over at the tavern there.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It was a lot of fun. And then we met up with you and did Haunted Mansion.
Yeah. We didn't get stuck forever this time.
No, we didn't get stuck
Nope.
forever this time.
Nope.
Did Haunted Mansion. Let's see, what else did we do?
We did Pirates, right?
Did we do Pirates?
I think we did. Or
Nope.
no, we didn't do Pirates. Thank you, Sterling, who's up above the bunk above me right now. Is here.
We're thinking Disneyland.
Oh yeah, we are thinking Disneyland. Well, we were waiting. There was a projection on the side of the Pirates. There's like a tower there.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That I was trying to get a picture of.
Yeah.
And I forget what it was off the top of my head. It was something with a Santa hat on, and then it changed to like a kraken or something like that.
It was a skull with a pirate.
That was right.
With
It was
Santa
a
hat on.
pirate skull with a Santa hat, and I wanted to get a picture of it, but they changed it over to a kraken. And Caitlin and I spent the next several minutes as we were walking away, looking back, figuring, like, just as you turn your back, they're going to change it.
Yeah, they didn't.
They didn't. I'm sure they did eventually change it again,
yeah.
but we weren't going to wait that long.
We did Big Thunder Mountain Railroad
That's right.
and kind of ran into the tail end of the parade when we were walking over there.
Right, the tail end of the second parade.
Yes.
Yep.
We did Big Thunder Mountain, and then we went back towards the castle to watch the show. Mm-hmm. I think those were the only rides that we
Yeah, I didn't do a ton of rides, but
We got some cookies, though.
We did get a bunch of cookies, and when we went over to see the very last show of the night, which is at 11:55 p.m., we were, oh man, the crowds were kind of insane in that we were about 20 feet away from the stage, maybe. We were off to the side, right where the ramp kind of starts up, and there was nobody in front of us.
Nope.
Alicia got a perfect spot to take pictures from. And oh my gosh, this show was over the top amazing.
Was amazing.
This was
so
so much fun. I think the highlight of the show, though,
Mariah Dairy.
Mariah Dairy. Yes. This is Clarabelle the cow singing Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You.
Yes.
And
Please help me welcome my dear friend, the diva of Derry, Miss Clarabelle Cow.
I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. I don't care about the presents underneath the Christmas tree. I just want you for my own, more than you could ever know. Make my wish come true. Sing it with me, dear. All I want for Christmas is you!
She's wonderful.
man.
Yeah.
It was as amazing as you can imagine. It
Yeah.
was over the top.
We can.
Fantastic.
We'll probably post the show on our YouTube channel.
Yes.
Hopefully it won't get taken down. I don't know.
We'll find out.
We'll try it. We'll put it up there.
I mean, we're not gonna monetize
No,
it.
'cause
So,
we
like,
can't do
if
it,
somebody
yeah.
does a copyright claim on it, fine,
yeah.
whatever. But we'll post. And I actually got a full 22-minute video of the parade as well. So we'll throw that up
Nice.
on the YouTube channel as well.
We'll have both of them up.
Yeah,
This was fun.
this is so much fun.
It was a long night.
It was. I think I missed a bunch. Like, I took basically an hour and a half, probably all told,
Yeah.
of kind of transport right in the middle. But it was still worth it. We
Yeah.
still had so much fun.
We did.
I'm glad I went back
Yes.
for the last hour or so of the party after I got my parents back to the room. I quickly debated not doing it, and then realized, my wife would be really pissed off if she had to take the bus back to the Riviera Resort from the Magic
Would've been
Kingdom.
fine.
But also B, just go and do it.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad I did.
The weather was great.
The weather was fantastic. Now, the Floridians thought it was really cold.
Yes.
But us Seattleites were like, hey, this is amazing.
Perfect.
Yes.
It was great. I mean, it was still humid, but
It wasn't super humid,
Yeah.
but it was also only it was only, quote unquote, like 60 degrees. It was a little breezy, but
Yeah.
it was
great.
fantastic.
yeah. We stayed to the very end.
We did. We closed the park.
Yeah.
In fact, I think we did some merch shopping and stuff like that. I don't think we walked out of the park until like 1:15.
Yeah. It's very late.
It was a long evening.
Yeah.
It was a long evening. Would you do that again?
I would. Okay, so last time we went to an after hours event, we were not super impressed with it.
That's true.
And we weren't sure if we were going to do another after hours event.
Yes.
This one redeemed. It's
100
after
million
hours
%.
events. Between this and the Moonlight Magic, well, maybe.
Well, the Moonlight Magic
It's
was
free. That's
well,
true.
prepaid.
Prepaid. Okay, so for the separately ticketed event where you have to pay more for
Yeah.
it, this one redeemed itself. Is that the right wording?
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the party actually started at 7.
Okay.
You could
Yes.
get into the park at 4.
4.
I think that gives you 8 hours of park time
Yeah.
with stuff open,
Yeah.
plus all the extra stuff that's going on in the park that's part of the holiday party for basically the cost of a one-day ticket. I think you get a lot of value out of that. Plus, you get all the Christmas cookies
Yeah.
and things like that. I only ever got a chance to have one of those, which was the gingerbread cookie, and that was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I had pretty much every single type of cookie there was.
Okay.
Just didn't eat all of them. The chocolate chip one was fine. It was a chocolate chip. The sugar cookie was actually good. I don't like sugar cookies, and it was pretty good.
Oh, that's amazing.
The snickerdoodle, well, I have had much better snickerdoodles.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a Snickers doodle, which they have those too. It was a
Snickers doodle.
which was a Snicker cookie.
Right.
This was an actual Snickerdoodle, and yeah, it wasn't. I wouldn't do that one again. The hot cocoa was delicious.
That's
though.
awesome. It wasn't too watered down.
No, it had some sort of chocolate zing to it. It was very good.
Nice.
Yeah, I'd do this again.
Well, next time we're in Disney World for the holidays, we'll have to give this one a shot.
Yeah, I don't know when that's going to be.
Yeah, who knows? We keep saying we have no idea when we're going to do X, Y, or Z, and then all of a sudden, it turns out we've been to Disney parks like 4 times this year, and it was a crazy year.
I'll be there in February and plan to do some of the after hours events.
Yes, I will be there. Also, after you in February, we're doing some doggy sitting, some house sitting for our best buddies here in the area, and we're looking forward to that. Being annual pass holders now, we were both able to go get our annual passes, so we are active AP holders. We can go to the parks after 2 o'clock whenever we want to. There's all sorts of changes going on with the annual passes to make that a little bit more free and available, not necessarily having to do park reservations on every day. I'm excited to spend kind of 3 weeks here in the area, see what's going on. You'll be here for, I think, a week and a half. Looking forward to a bi-coastal event where we're going to try to time it so I'm in the Magic Kingdom and Alicia's in the Disneyland original Magic Kingdom over there, and at the same time see if we can compare which castle is better in real time. Spoiler alert, it's going to be the Florida one for the win, but
I mean, but there's the OG.
Sure, it's OG. It's also so dainty.
Maybe we could compare other things that are at both parks too.
Okay, sure. I mean, you're going to win on things like Small World and Haunted Mansion and Pirates and Big Thunder Mountain. And let's just stop the comparison right now. Anywho.
Christmas in the parks is so much fun.
It is. It's a whole ball of magic. And I think in general, not just at this event, we also spent the following day at Hollywood Studios with my folks. Did we do every single ride that we wanted to? No. But did we have a really magical time and really just enjoy the vibes of the season? Absolutely. Was it personally incredibly special to be there with my parents? Yeah. You could probably hear a little bit of emotion in my voice right now. That was something I'm going to remember for an awfully long time. Awfully long time. All right. Well, let's wrap this thing up because it's late, and there's a certain special someone sitting about 6 to 9 inches above my head that probably wants to go to sleep. So,
And I have 15 minutes to get my Duolingo in.
oh, we got to get Duolingo going.
Got to get my streak.
Even over
Staying.
satellite internet, we got to keep that streak going.
Yes.
All right. Well, with that in mind, we are not affiliated with Disney or their subsidiaries. These are our personal opinions and suggestions based on our own experiences. We recommend working with a travel agent or contacting Disney directly to plan your perfect vacation.
If you have any questions or suggestions or would like to be interviewed on our show, please send an email to podcast@ourmousecapades.com.
Go ahead and give us a follow on social media. We're at Our Mousecapades pretty much everywhere except that X thing, whatever. I guess technically we're there, but we're not actively posting, so don't try to engage us there, please. But speaking of please do rate and review us in your podcast app, especially Apple Podcasts. That really helps people find us.
Yeah.
And guess what? I got an email this morning. We now have 5,000 downloads
Woohoo!
of our podcast.
Thank you, everyone.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for listening.
Even a thank you from me.
Even a thank you from Sterling. All right, y'all. Thanks for listening. We'll be in your ears next week.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for flying Star Tours. Bye-bye.